Good. Nice. So here's Kathryn and Toby at 0 Avenue. March 21st. He had some full-on grass eating at the start, and now he's into his track. Nice. So there's our change of behavior. We didn't get a commitment yet. He didn't quite intersect the leg. So she's going to turn him around. This is what I want your dog to be able to do, is to come around and circle the opposite way. I was doing it with Hugo, because it depends on wind direction, you know, how they can best, you know, come into the track.
Again.
Exactly. So he's going to intersect it, and this time I want him to lock in. Yeah, there.
Down.
And you see, when they hit it at 90 degrees, it's so much easier to read the head turn, body turn, commitment, and follow through, right? So much easier. Would you grab them for me, Martha? Thank you. You know, so the circle really helps immensely. So the herding dogs love to circle. So if we can get him to circle, Cooper to circle both ways.
Yes.
He's circling one way, but not necessarily turning around and circling completely the other way. He's doing kind of a half a circle the other way.
Yeah.
So we can encourage that by turning our body and trying to sort of get him to complete the circle. Cutting his corner.
Which is okay.
Yeah, sure.
I mean,
Cooper cut a corner too.
Oh, I know he did.
And Hugo cut a corner. Yeah, sure. Because they're going to work the wind. That was really nice. Good job. Good. Now see how he's going down a little tiny bit on the downwind side and then bringing himself back into the track.
Yeah, I can actually tell the wind direction by how it affects.
Yes, exactly. Now this leg here, he'll be going into the wind, so I expect to see him indicate quite sharply. So there's the downwind plume. And then there's his circle off. There's the lock in. Yeah, and there's the head turn, body turn, commitment. Makes it so easy.
Now, is Cooper doing that to the same extent?
Not quite. That's what we're going to build. He did on his first and second corners.
But,
Yeah, so I want to see him, you know, continuing with that on every corner. And it takes endurance. So part of it is learning about the wind. Once we really bring tracks out into the open in different wind directions, and then part of it is endurance, you know. Yeah, he was just running out of gas. And he almost needed a drink of water, you know, and we didn't have any water with us. If we'd stopped and given him some water, he would have been able to recuperate a little bit. Yeah. Really nice. Super long leg. Couple 100 yards. Yeah, here's a little section of, yeah, so I would get him onto it right away with Fooey. Let's find a track. Yeah.
Good boy.
Yeah, good. Get out of the mouse condos, I call them. Yeah. Yeah. You can see all the little holes in there. So now we're going a little bit into the wind, and he's zigzagging a little bit too. Especially it comes close to the article, same kind of thing, you know, possibly going out the scent plume, coming back into it to find the article. Nice job.
I forgot how much of a workout this is.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? Nice restart. It's going off track a bit. Head is up. I want to see him pull back into the track. Yep, good. Head turn, head turn. So when we get a road crossing, the commitment may not be quite as strong.
Because there isn't the
Yeah,
vegetation to crash.
exactly, and it can be a little bit rough to find just on the road itself and just past and before the road.
Okay.
Now once dogs get really good at it, they don't have too much trouble. So push him along to the flag because he's getting into Condo City. Oh, there might be a food drop there.
He looks like he's looking for food.
He was, yeah, sorry about that.
Oh, he found it.
Good. Nice turn off.
Find your truck. Come on, find your truck. Find your truck. Let's find it. Let's find it. Find your truck.
Good. Trying to keep him motivated to the track so that he doesn't get into the distractions of mousing. Because once they are in loss of scent, they're not on the track anymore. So what can happen is, oh, well, let's take this opportunity to mouse because I'm not on my track. So all of a sudden they become conscious of distractions.
They otherwise wouldn't, yeah.
This is oftentimes where handlers go off in urban, is because they're in loss of scent, and then the dog gets sidetracked with a distraction.
Mm-hmm.
But what came first was the loss of scent. So in other words, they're at a corner.
Yep.
Yeah. And the handler, tries to get the dog past the distraction when actually they're right at the corner. Yeah. So this stuff is quite a bit more sort of folded over hay, and a lot more opportunity for mousies here.
Mm-hmm. More ground cover for them.
Yeah. Good.
You're doing so good, Toby.
He's doing so well, hey?
Yeah, you are.
That almost looked like an animal cross track. Mm-hmm. You can see something white moving in the distance. There's a tractor there in the next door neighbor's yard.
Yeah.
And he could see a glint of it moving. See that? Looks like an animal cross track. And then they come past it back into his own track. Nice job. Good. Finishing on a fine note. Good dog. So this is what we call kind of a TDX mini.
Yes.
It's probably about 600 something meters, Good. So even as we go up in stages, we don't train full-length tracks all the time.
No.
Good.
No, you want to, I would think, you want to train for success.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And then
Yeah.
exactly. And then make sure you have the proper components. Hey, what a good boy. Didn't you do good?